Congratulations, and may we request our principal guests to stand up and hold the contracts for a photo opportunity. Let's give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. We have special guests who will be presenting the president with a special token.
His Excellency, dear Ferdinand Marcos, and all distinguished guests, firstly, it's my privilege to be in front of you. And we would like to serve you some kind of Turkish delight. It's called lokum. And there's a traditional cup where you can see a blue bead on it. But it is not just an accessory. According to my country's people, this blue bead is just protecting us from negative vibes. And this is my first message. And also, this lokum is sweet. That's why, because there's a saying in my country, it is let's eat sweet and talk sweet. But I kindly and humbly request you to allow me to change this saying by adding your words. Let's eat sweet and work sweet to build better and more. Thank you.
Thank you very much to our friends from the Republic of Turkey. What a beautiful gesture that this gift is being shared on stage with the other guests. Thank you. A round of applause, please, for our special guests. Thank you.
And now, to introduce our guest of honor, may we call on the Secretary of the Department of Transportation, Secretary Jaime Bautista.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr.
Thank you very much for your kind introduction, Secretary Jimmy Bautista. Please take your seats. You will have to excuse me. I'm still chewing on the very tasty Turkish delight. I wish we could share it with everyone. Napakasarap. His Excellency, the Korean Ambassador, Kim In-chul, a person who has had not a small part to play in bringing us to this point and this contract signing for all of the different sections of this program, this real project that we were witnessing today. And I, of course, refer to Senator Mark Villar, who in his capacity as Secretary of Department of Public Works and Highways was instrumental in bringing this to fruition. Governor Ramil, Laurel Hernandez, the Calamba City Lone District Representative Sharice Ann Hernandez, the Turkey Chargé d'Affaires, Ms. Seren Nur Koskun, and thank you once again for the treats that you gave us. Calamba City Mayor Roselel Rizal, my fellow workers in government, all the distinguished guests that we have here from Laguna, from the Philippines, and of course, our foreign partners in all of that we have been doing in this very important project. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am pleased to join you to witness the contract signing of the South Commuter Railway project of the North-South Commuter Railway System. Contract packages SO4, 05, 06, and 07. I have just been informed that this is the largest ADB-funded, infrastructure-funded project that ADB has done in Asia. So that, I think, is significant in that it shows the confidence that the ADB has always shown, our Korean partners have shown, our Japanese partners have shown, in the potential of the Philippine economy, the Philippine worker. And especially now, as we slowly transform the economy into the new global post-pandemic economy, those partnerships are something that we hold very valuable. And for that, I once again have to thank them for their continuing interest in the Philippines and their continuing assistance and support and belief in the Philippines and the future of the Philippines. We welcome this development at a time when we are going, and we have used this phrase often, full speed ahead towards modernization and our transport system. And we are reclaiming our lives from the COVID-19 pandemic. This is what all of this truly means. I, of course, greet and celebrate the efforts of the men and women of the Department of Transportation for this very important day. Your service and dedication to realize our vision of a truly connected and progressive Philippines helps bring us closer to our collective success. I likewise thank JICA and the Asian Development Bank for co-financing the North-South Commuter Railway System. Your faith in this endeavor, in this administration, in this country as a whole is truly noteworthy, and we are again most grateful. The South Commuter Railway Project, consisting of a total of 56 kilometers between Manila and Laguna, is indeed a welcome development once it will be completed. It will reduce the travel time between two places from 3 hours to just 1 hour. It is also projected to accommodate up to 340,000 passengers a day. As this forms part of the North-South Commuter Railway System, the South Commuter Railway Project is expected to contribute in seamlessly transporting passengers from Clark, Pampanga, and Calamba City, Laguna, and all the train stations in between. With the signing of these packages, we demonstrate to our people that we are serious about pursuing large projects for infrastructure to foster growth and revitalize our economy, in spite of the adjustments that we have had to make to compensate for the shocks that the world situation has brought to the Philippines. Indeed, those efforts will all redound to the fulfillment of a more united and dynamic nation. I join our people in anticipating the eventual progress and completion of this railway project. As your president, I will make sure that every resource that will be used here will be maximized for the success of this entire endeavor. I thus call upon the Department of Transportation, all the concerned agencies, local government units, as well as our partners and other stakeholders to ensure the smooth and faithful implementation of this essential undertaking. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that the tracks that we will be laying down here will lead us to that bright future we have all aspired to. So let us all work together in the spirit of unity and cooperation so that we can all build a future that we can thrive and achieve our goals and aspirations, and also for all the generations to come. Once again, I thank the Japan International Cooperation Agency, the Asian Development Bank, the Department of Transportation, and to everyone who has worked hard and continues to work hard to accomplish this mission. Thank you very much. Magandang umaga po sa inyo. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Before we end, may we request a photo opportunity with the President and the guests in the following order.
President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. Today, we will be witnessing the formal opening of the AgriLink FoodLink Aqualink 2022. May we now request His Excellency Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. to lead the ribbon-cutting ceremony. He will be assisted by Senator Cynthia Villar, Special Assistant to the President Secretary Antonio Ernesto Lagdameo Jr., Agriculture Undersecretary Domingo Panganiban, Pasay City Mayor Imelda Calixto Rubiano, Caraga Cacao Org Incorporated and AgriLink FoodLink Aqualink 2022 Chairman Christopher Lindo, and last but not least, Foundation for Resource Linkage and Development Inc., Chairman Dulce Glozon. At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AgriLink FoodLink Aqualink 2022. Thank you very much, Mr. President. May we request Mr. President and his party to come up on stage for the program. Please be seated.
Thank you very much, Yusek Ding Panganiban, for your introduction. Senator Cynthia Villar, our partner in the Senate, being the chairman of the Senate Committee on Agriculture and Food, the Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, Chairman of AgriLink 2022, Mr. Christopher Lindo, Ms. Dulce Glozon, Chairperson of the Foundation for Resource Linkage and Development, my fellow workers in government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am here to be with you at the opening of these opening ceremonies for the 27th AgriLink FoodLink Aqualink trade fairs. And quite rightly so, because we have not been able to conduct this very, very important fair during the pandemic, and this is once again the first time that we have been able to do it, and very important and very timely it is too, considering the situation that we find ourselves in together with other countries in terms of food supply, in terms of food prices, in terms of inputs to the agricultural sector, all of these shocks that we have been feeling. So now it is time to once again lay the path for our agricultural industrialization. And this is a good first step for all of us to once again introduce ourselves to each other and to find the way forward with the new global economy. Let me first of all recognize our farmers, our fisher folk, our livestock farmers and breeders, the great unsung heroes of our nation. Because of them, we have food on our tables. Because of them, we have the sustenance we need to pursue our endeavors for the betterment of our nation. Of course, I would like to thank the organizers and participants of this event, and I thank you for this kind invitation to be with you at this extremely important and momentous day. It is a pleasure to work with you in pushing for holistic approaches that advance this critical industry. As an agricultural country and an archipelagic country, Food products from our farms and fisheries depend mostly on the dynamics of time and season. On better days, our agricultural and fishing sectors yield harvests that contribute to the growth of our economy and no less than feed our people. But at the worst of times, particularly during droughts, during storms, and other disasters or calamities, we not only encounter insufficient supply and inflation, but also run the risk of a insufficient food supply. It is thus commendable that in its previous iteration, this event has yielded various innovations and recommended solutions that help make our agriculture sector more robust and more resilient. I recognize your efforts to modernize the way we produce and market our goods, to further empower our farmers and agricultural workers to do better, to work smarter, to yield more, and to have a better living. Now that we are beginning to see the shape of the new normal, I assure you that this administration is one with you in fulfilling our goals and targets for the agricultural sector. We will build ourselves back better together with the people who have been our bedrock of strength and of sustenance, even the most challenging times. Towards this end, the government has provided inputs such as seeds, fertilizers, machinery, equipment, facilities, as well as fingerlings and livestock to help our farmers, our fisher folk, and our livestock growers. We have also expanded irrigation projects, established Kadiwa outlets, created food logistics hubs, and agri-trading centers, as well as organizing and aiding cooperatives and associations for the procurement of reefer vans, freezers, chillers, and other logistical support to help our farmers efficiently transport their products to the consumers. This government has likewise provided various forms of assistance such as the Rice Farmers Financial Assistance, with disbursements totaling more than 590 million pesos, and the fuel discount program for farmers and fisherfolk, which alleviates the effects of high fuel prices to the tune now of 320 million pesos for our farmers and our fishermen. Of course, we also have the Quick Response Fund, which we use to aid our farmers in times of disasters and calamities. So far, the government has released a total of 1.54 billion pesos that benefited more than 17 million farmers and fisherfolk. But the work to improve our agricultural sector and improve the plight of our farmers and fisherfolk has only just begun. We need to continue to open more opportunities to improve their well-being. We are presently only playing catch-up. We have allowed the agriculture sector to diminish in its importance and its contribution to our GDP, our contribution to the welfare of ordinary citizens, ordinary Filipinos. And that is why it is important that we accelerate all our efforts. And occasions such as this are just the highly appropriate times for which we can remind ourselves that what we are doing is not only growing crops, not only expanding fisheries, not only helping our livestock growers, but what we are is feeding a nation. And in feeding a nation, we also provide the stability for that nation, for the Philippines, to be able to look forward to the future and say, we can progress from here because we have a strong foundation in our agricultural sector. Without a strong agricultural sector, that is not possible. It is in this endeavor that we will need partners like those who are present here today and who have always been with us in all our efforts to make our agricultural sector better. Through the conduct of trade events like this, we seek to improve the agricultural value chain and aid in the overall development of the small and medium-scale enterprises in the agribusiness sector through the creation of market opportunities. Trade events like AgriLink, FoodLink, and AquaLink help us support our farmers and our fisherfolk. We empower them to become catalysts who will contribute to the recovery and inclusive growth of our economy. So, it is my hope that as we engage in the exchange of ideas and learn from one another during this trade fair, we will also commit ourselves to once again synergizing our efforts toward the country's agricultural and economic productivity. The strengthening of the agricultural sector is the strengthening of survival, the strengthening of life. And that is how important we have always considered the agricultural sector. And that is why I took on the portfolio. As soon as I took office as president, I decided to take on the portfolio of the Secretary of Agriculture, not only to highlight the importance with which this administration puts on the agricultural sector, but also to accelerate the development of that value chain, the strengthening of all our services that we give to our people in terms of food production, in terms of food supply, and our efforts to keep all our food products, all our agricultural commodities at a price that ordinary citizens can afford. With our energies and resources combined, I am confident that we will not only achieve our goal of feeding the Filipino people, but also achieve our dream of making the Philippines a leading agricultural resource hub in the region and the world. Huwag natin pong kalimutan ang ating pangarap para sa ating mga minamahal na kababayan. Sana wala nang gutom na Pilipino. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay po kayong lahat.
Once again, thank you very much, Mr. President, for gracing the event this morning.